Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. I am called Mitchell and this is your energy forecast for today, Wednesday, October the 8th, and as well as Thursday, October the 9th. You'll get some spiritual development as well as intuitive development too during this time. So thank you for taking time to watch, retweet, post, subscribe. It's a very exciting time for me right now, you guys. I will just say this very simply that there have been phone calls, there will be Skype sessions, TV show, psychic work. That's all I'm going to say right now. So I'm very excited. So send high vibrations that you will see me one day very soon on TV. That's all I'm saying. So very excited. So today's energy is number 8. 8 is that strength card. 8 is about finding that fortitude within yourself. Just, you know, kind of knowing who you are. Sometimes it's a quiet strength, because usually on the strength card it's a woman kind of taming a lion. On my deck it's a very African goddess, you know, with 3 wild cats, like a leopard, a tiger, and a lion. So there's that energy with you today. Also, the energy of today, if you add up all the numbers, is number 16. Now, yesterday I spoke about and took some breaths and said, whew, feels like a heavy energy day. Still feels like that. We're dealing with a lunar eclipse last night, full moon today. We're in Mercury retrograde. And this number 16, tower energy, tower card, dismantle, rip down, tear, change, shift, collapse, divorce, death, all those things about just like, you know, wiping the slate clean. And I love the image that Spirit gave me several months ago, tilling of the garden, because that's a peaceful thing, because tilling up of the garden is you had a fruitful moment. Now it's time to get rid of those plants, bring something new in, closing door, opening door. And then also all the numbers added up today are number 7, which is chariot, fast, quick, moving. Today I kept saying travel light, travel light. I pulled the ship and the 6 of swords for yesterday. Ship was the Lenormand, 6 of swords was Terra, and they both are about moving forward, moving away, traveling to something better. And so that energy is here today. I've been saying, you know, the energy is building. It's been a little unusual. I'll go ahead and say crazy, but I also say it's a giant wave. It's going to pummel you to the ground, or you can ride it in like a rock star. And even yesterday, you know, Fabian called me and somebody rear-ended him. And, you know, he's okay. Still send him some high vibration, especially physically, because, you know, when you're hit in the back, it often can bother your alignment and stuff. But more importantly, the passenger woman, when she got out, she berated him, you know, ethnic slurs. You know, it was just, and he kept his calm, so he got to see how the energy was a little bit crazy. So the Lenormand for today, Wednesday the 8th, is going to be number 6, the cloud. This makes sense to me, because the cloud is like, it's cloudy, it's foggy, you don't know what's there. It's like you can't see quite as good. It's just, you know, your vision's not perfect. It's very misty and fogged over. But you do notice on the cloud that there is sun coming around. And the cloud is just perspective. If you rise up above it, you can see clearly the sun. But right now the clouds are in front of you, between you and the sun, between you and your goal and your destination. The Terra for today is going to be 4 of Wands. Now this is very interesting, because this card, again, is very peaceful. But Spirit is showing me how, and I use this kind of definition a little bit when I do readings. But if you look at this card, you'll see that inside the 4 Wands, it's peaceful, it's beautiful. There's water flowing. Outside, it's a little bit crazy. The earth is opening up. There's fire. It's like, whew, just bizarre. But it's like the 4 Wands give you that protection. And 4 is a peaceful, beautiful number. So even though we got this cloud craziness within your little square, your little ball of who you are, there you can find and have that peace and that comfort. The swirling mass around you, stand there peaceful, take those breaths. And the lesson at the end of today is going to be about breath and meditation. So it's going to be a short, simple one. So that's the energy for today. Now for tomorrow, we step into number 9, the 9th day of October. 9 is closing, completions, bringing things to an end. It's also our Hermit card. Yay, I like the Hermit, where we get to take our breaths, where we get to get kind of a little more earthly and grounded. Someone's making some noises. That's Sheldon. So we get a little bit more grounded. Also, the numbers add up to 17 tomorrow. And I love that. Here's this Hermit. It's like we get past a little bit of the craziness. And then 17 is the hope, the star card. You know, it's about after this dismantling, destruction, the tilling of the garden. And then what number pops up again? Number 8 for all the numbers for tomorrow. So again, we're having that overlapping day after, same number. So yesterday and today, Wednesday and Thursday, actually today and tomorrow, overlap a little bit. And then the lenormand for tomorrow, the 9th of October, is going to be the woman. So this card is about, it's usually about the woman in a reading. So if you're a man, this is about the other person. If you're a woman, this is about you. If you're a woman and you're lesbian, this is about maybe another woman, your partner. So this is definitely about you. So tomorrow is about you. The 9 is that hermit. That's about you. The rebuilding, the hope, and I love, again, the 8 is the strength card, which is the number for that day, adding all the numbers up, and it's usually a woman taming a lion. So here's this woman, and you notice she's looking backwards. So interesting, she's looking at what happened yesterday. So she's reflecting. Very interesting, especially in retrograde. The tarot, another woman, another female, 3 of swords. She's reflecting, and this is tears, this is loss, this is frustration. So I feel like this Wednesday, the 8th, is going to be a very shifting, changing movie day. Talked about it yesterday. A lot of people are checking out. A lot of animals are checking out. A lot of people are checking out on their own will. And I am talking about suicide. I've seen that quite a bit lately. But some of them are checking out in natural ways and causes. But then, so this woman is reflecting back over the day before, yesterday, loss, tears, just a lot of shifting, moving, and changing going on. So think about that 4 of Wands I showed you just a little bit ago, and how that, like, all around was fire and moving and shifting, but it was peaceful inside. So if you are not someone who meditates, and meditate I'm going to use in quotation because it is a buzzword, and meditation for me basically means bringing your thoughts, your body, your mind, everything into the present moment. It means connecting right at that moment, aligning yourself up as best you can at this moment to source, to God, to your higher self. And one of the best ways to do that is to just sit quiet and breathe. Focus on the breath. Years ago, I was taking yoga from this girl. She was 17 at the time. And amazing. I know she was a yogi many times in her past life, because to have what she had at 17 was pretty amazing. But she used to say, and I know it wasn't her words, but they were passed on, and I loved them. But she used to say, the mind is the future, because you're creating, you're thinking, you're putting it out there. The body is the past. Just look at the wrinkles, look at the skin, look at the things that remind us of the past. The breath is the moment right now. And the breath is what connects the mind, the future, to the body, the past. So past, future, connecting with the breath. And that's one of the cool things about it, how it connects so clearly into this present moment. And I'll never forget that. It was powerful. So remember, the breath is what connects you into this moment. And here's my, I'm not going to say challenge, I don't necessarily like that word, but I want to encourage you to start finding, even if it's 1 minute, if all I can get is 30 seconds, okay. Every time, let's set the intention, every time you go to the bathroom, you will take an extra minute sitting there or standing there and just focus on your breath. Just 1 minute. If you're like me, you need timers, do it. Every time you drive your car, when you first get in the car and you're alone and you're on your destination, the first 1, 2, 3, or 5 minutes, no music, turn the phone off. Just for that 1 to 5 minutes, just turn it off. And then after that time is over, you can turn it back on. And just start finding those quiet moments. If you're someone who exercises on a regular basis, you can do it with music on. I encourage this to have music that doesn't have too many lyrics. Maybe what I call pots and pans music, where it's just dance music. It may have, but also focus on lyrics that have like a positive, like I'm gonna party, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna have fun. Not I'm better off alone, or he left me, but I'll kick his ass, and something that has a positive theme, even if it's rising from the ashes, still a high vibration. So find the high vibration lyrics and dance. Walk, but find those repetition moments. If you're driving, make sure you stay focused on the road. But when you all of a sudden realize, how did I get here? You were meditating. You were in a meditative state. So I encourage you to start building that connection in that time. It does not have to be an hour or 30 minutes. Right now, 10 minutes in the morning is powerful for me. By March, I will get up to 15 minutes, and that's where I'll probably hold for a long time, if the rest of my life. I don't know. So thank you so much. Check out my website, intuitivemessenger.org. That prefix spread is still up and available to you. I'm pretty caught up right now. I've got just a few to get to. That will happen today or tomorrow, depending on these Skype and phone sessions that are going on. Jamie and I are so very, very excited. So continue to lift us up in this vibration. You know, we're working together, we're working separate. We are just allowing Spirit to take us on this beautiful journey. And you guys have been a part of that. So it's kind of fun to see. So what else do I want to say? That's about it. Talk to you tomorrow morning. Namaste. Bye-bye.